If you are trying to make money building AI systems, there is one mistake I would fix before worrying about cold email, lead generation, pricing, sales calls, any of that stuff. And what is that one mistake? Well, that's stop trying to sell AI. Seriously. I mean, nobody woke up this morning thinking, you know what my business really needs? An end-to-end workflow, right? Nobody's sitting in their dental office thinking, if only someone would sell me an AI agent, right? And your local plumber, he's probably not lying awake thinking about large language models, right? So the technology might be what you are excited about, but that doesn't automatically make it what these businesses are buying, right? So the first thing I want you to understand inside this chapter, the Get Paid chapter, is this. The build is what you deliver, okay? The outcome is what they buy. The business is what they buy, right? And those are not the same thing. Now, a couple of years ago, simply showing somebody AI doing something impressive could get their attention, right? But now, in today's world, businesses are already surrounded by AI. They're experimenting with it. They're buying software with AI already inside it. They're hearing about agents. They're hearing about automation. And the conversation is increasingly moving toward the question, what does this actually do for my business, right? PwC's 2026 AI Outlook makes this pretty clear. So according to that, there is much less patience now for AI projects that are basically experiments, right? Companies are increasingly wanting to have measurable outcomes from the money they're putting into AI. And I actually think that's good news for us, right? Because it means you don't need the most complicated AI system. You need something useful for the business, right? What provides value. And McKinsey's latest global AI research points in a similar direction. The companies getting the strongest business impact aren't simply using AI, right? They are much more likely to redesign actual workflows around it. So this whole section is going to be about moving from the question, look what this technology can do, towards look what changes in your business because this technology or this system or this automation exists, all right? So here's where builders get into trouble. You're going to say something like, I can build you an AI chatbot. And in your head, that sounds valuable, right? But let's go inside the business owner's head from their perspective. Let's think from that side, right? They may hear something like, oh, well, another tool and another login, right? Or maybe another monthly bill we need to take care about, right? Or maybe another system my staff needs to learn all over again. Or maybe something that breaks, right? Something that I have to maintain. And suddenly your exciting AI build sounds like homework to that business. So that's why saying I build AI agents isn't really an offer, right? It's a description of your technology. And technology creates a question in the buyer's head. And that question is, so what, right? For example, you're going to say something like, it answers customers. So what? Well, it works 24/7. So what? Well, it connects to your CRM. So what? It uses AI. So what, right? So you get the idea. So you keep asking that question and eventually you're going to reach the thing that business actually cares about. Now, this is the model I want you to remember. We're going to start here. The tool. It could be Claude, it could be N8N, maybe a voice platform, maybe some database. And honestly, the customer probably does not care, right? The tool creates a build. It could be a voice agent. It could be a chatbot. It could be a website, an automation, a dashboard. It's getting better, but we're still not able to get at the value. All right. We're still not at the value part. So we want to move one step further. Let's talk about the problem. What does this build actually fix? Missed calls, right? Slow response times. Maybe it fixes manual data entry. All right. Maybe it stops leads falling through the cracks. Maybe it saves 5 hours every Friday rebuilding the same report. Now we're getting somewhere, right? But there's one final step, guys, and that is outcome. What is different after the problem gets solved? For example, more calls can get answered, or more appointments are booked. Maybe there's less administration to take care of. Maybe you get some faster response, maybe fewer mistakes or better information. Now we're speaking business. So the translation is tool, build, problem, and outcome. And most beginners, what do? They stop here at the build. The money usually starts appearing over here, the problem and the outcome. All right. So you don't need to go out and memorize 400 different outcomes. Most of what businesses really care about ends up somewhere around 4 buckets. So the first bucket is money. So you need to ask, can this help them make more money or stop money from leaking out? Second is time, right? Can this remove repetitive work? Can this make something move faster? Can this free up somebody's time? And then third is customer, right? Can this make the customer experience any better? Could they get faster replies? Could it make their bookings easier? Could it have better customer support? Can it, have less waiting time? So, and the fourth bucket is risk. Can this reduce mistakes? What about missed follow-ups, any lost information, things falling through the cracks, all that stuff, right? So those aren't the only things businesses care about. But for a beginner trying to understand whether a build has commercial value, this is a very good place to start. All right. And then I want you to ask, which one of these does my build actually move? Right? Now let's make this a little more practical. Let me give you some examples. Let's say I built an AI receptionist, right? And I'm going to say something like, as a AI agency or a AI automation expert, I'm going to be like, I sell AI receptionist. Okay, so what? Right? So we're going to start asking the so what question. Maybe the real problem is a plumbing company misses calls when everybody is out on jobs. So what happens because of that? You're going to ask that, right? Well, potential customers are going to call somebody else. All right. So what are we actually selling? Not an AI receptionist, but we are selling fewer missed opportunities. Exactly. So maybe appointments can also be booked while the owner is working. Now that starts sounding useful to the business. So the next example is building websites. I build websites. Great. So do millions of other people, right? How do you stand out from them? What is wrong with the current situation, right? You need to think about that. Maybe the business has no clear place to send prospects. Maybe their site looks untrustworthy. Maybe nobody can request a quote properly. The website is the build, but the business outcome might be something like more qualified inquiries, right? Or maybe even more trust before getting to the sales call. Again, it's a completely different conversation. Now let's talk about automation, right? Maybe you automate invoices going into some system. It's really exciting for us, right? And it's probably extremely boring to everybody else, especially to business owners, right? But what if somebody currently spends 5 hours every week doing one thing manually? Now the outcome is going to be 5 hours back to that person every week. That may be boring technology or a boring automation, but that is a fantastic offer. And a quick side note, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube and this is the kind of stuff you're trying to learn, not just how to build cool AI things, but how to actually understand what businesses pay for, that's exactly what I'm building inside the Claude Code Builders Lab. I'm currently running a 7-day trial. You can come in, go through the 7-day challenge, build real things for yourself, access the YouTube lab resources, and see if the community is actually useful to you before you start paying anything. I'm going to put the link in the description below. All right, so let's get back to it. So every time you describe your build, you need to ask, so what, right? It answers calls with AI. All right, so what? Customers can get answers when nobody is available. Okay, so what? Well, we stopped missing potential inquiries after hours. Now we're getting closer, right? You can sometimes do this for 3 or 4 times until you get to the right outcome. So you start with feature. So what? Capability. So what? Business effect. So what? Now you reach to outcome, right? So feature, capability, effect, and outcome. Now keep going until a normal business owner can hear the sentence and immediately understand, why should I care? He should be able to tell that in his own words. Okay. Now there's one trap here, guys. I don't want you to fall into that. Do not learn this lesson and immediately start making ridiculous promises, right? For example, I see some people say, my chatbot will increase your revenue by 37%. Based on what, right? You do not need to guarantee an outcome you can't even control. There's a difference between promising a result and connecting your business to a business outcome. For example, an AI receptionist may help capture calls that currently go unanswered. That doesn't mean you magically control the customer's entire revenue, right? A website, for example, may make it easier for prospects to request a code, but that doesn't mean you can guarantee 10 customers next Tuesday, right? So you need to be specific about the problem. You need to be clear about the intended outcome, but do not invent numbers just because numbers sound good, right? So that's how you sell like somebody who does not understand how businesses work. So I don't want you to fall into that trap. All right. So from this point forward, inside the Get Paid chapter, I want you to reverse the way that you look at everything else in this community, right? When you see websites, don't think I could sell a website. I want you to think, what business problem could this website solve? When you see the word agents, don't think, who wants my AI agent? No, that's not how you do it, right? I want you to think, where are conversations currently being missed, delayed, or handled badly, right? When you see automations, I don't want you to think, which workflow should I build next, right? I want you to think, what repetitive job is currently wasting time or creating mistakes? So the technology or the automation or the workflow or system, whatever you want to make it, comes second. The business problem always comes first. Now, before you try to sell anything you've built, I want you to use this question. What changes after this exists, right? After this technology or system or workflow exists. I don't want you to think about what does it use. And I don't want you to think about how many nodes are in the workflow, not which model powers it, right? Not even how impressive is the demo. I want you to ask, what change for the business happens after this workflow exists or this technology comes into existence. All right. And here's another version I really like. If I remove AI, is the result still valuable? If yes, you're probably getting closer to a real business outcome. And if no, you may just have a cool technology demo. And cool demos are fine, right? We build plenty of them. But this section, which what I'm teaching today, is called Get Paid, right? So now we need to start learning the difference. So here's the model, right? Tool creates the build then solves the problem, and the problem creates the outcome. Okay, now the build is what you deliver. The outcome is what the businesses or the client buys. And before the next lesson, look at one thing you've already built in the Claude Code Builders Lab, and I want you to answer. What problem does this actually solve? And what changes for the business happens after I solve it? If you can't answer those yet, that's actually good, right? That's exactly what this section is going to be teaching you, right? Build is not equal to offer, guys. Outcome is always greater than the tool. And if you're watching this on YouTube and want to go beyond just watching tutorials, come build with us inside the Claude Code Builders Lab. I'm running a 7-day free trial, so you don't need to take my word for it, right? Just come in, do the challenges, build something real, use the resources, ask questions in the community, and then decide if you want to stay. I'm going to leave the link below in the description. And if you're already watching this from inside the lab, you're exactly where you need to be. Hit that check mark and let's keep going. Power on, and I'll see you in the next one.